Man, I'm walking different, talking different. Loved ones see the difference. I'm untalkative and distant. I guess I'm seeing true colors. Stealing this for suckers. Deport the Jerry Hellers and the Busters. Salute the good fellas and the hustlers.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, we are back. It's been a little while. Like, subscribe, share. Do me a favor, hit that like button, man, because it helps with everything. Leave a comment. Makes the algorithm go a little more round and round. I got the Continental Delight, aka Mr. Muffins Martinez, Urban Wrestling Network. We actually have some news we're excited to talk about. Last week was kind of dead. From what I understand today, we are jam-packed. So let's get it popping.
Yes, as you can see, I still have my playoff shirt with the Rockets last night. They wound up losing, but I'm still a little shocked, and I couldn't. I'm still in morning, so I haven't even changed my shirt from last night. I'm still like, man, I can't even deal with this shit right now. But yeah, man, but Chef, bro, like Friday night was supposed to be crazy. The NBA playoffs. You had the Garcia fight from Madison Square Garden. Then Saturday was the Canelo fight. Last night was the Monsters fight. The Japanese guy, I can't pronounce his name. So I call him the Monster. And the NBA playoffs, so nobody expected the wrestling news to drop Friday, right before SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And we started off, bro, with humongous list of wrestlers who were released. And then over the weekend, a lot of excuses came out, because there's always excuses or whatever. But, bro, I mean, you can build yourself a brand new roster with names that were released here. I mean, you could build yourself a women's division. You could build yourself a nice 15 wrestler starting company and then bring people in afterwards. But yeah, man, I mean, you have Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, Hayden Carter, and Katana Chance, which was the tag team girls. And that was in the main roster. And then the NXT were Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan. Well, Cora Jade already went back to her old name, Eliana Black, so she's already changed back to the old days. Gigi Dolan already went back to Priscilla Kelly, which that was her name. No, hold up. Was it Priscilla Kelly?
Yeah, I think that's her name.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Priscilla Kelly. Yeah, I'm thinking the other girl, Killer Kelly. Yeah, Priscilla Kelly. Eddie Thorpe. I went back to his old name, got it. I had it earlier and I forgot already. Jakara Jackson, Riley Osborne, who was one of the kids from Chase U, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, which were Gallus, Ora Mensa, Javier Bernal, and the last one was Danny Palmer. And the crazy thing is, her last match that was taped, she blew out her knee. So she finished the match. She finished the whole match, but she blew out her knee in the tapings that they did for Evolve. And then, whenever the tapings happen, and now, she's probably recovering or whatever, and she gets the news that she's being released. So that's some shit, man, to get some news after like that, man. But I mean, we could sit here, bro, and we could sit here and we could go like TNA, LMW, AEW, N.W.A. I'm gonna get some good talent right here.
Hold on,
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Out of this list, and ask me who do you think will first bounce to AEW out of this list that we gave I read to you?
Probably Dakota Kai.
Okay. You don't see Braun Strowman?
Didn't Braun Strowman have something with his back?
No.
Did he have an injury? That's why a lot of people were shying away from him because he had some kind of bad injury to his back.
I don't know. That's what they were saying. And with the first time when he was released, he went and started hanging out with EC3 and the other kid, Austin Aries, and they were doing that whole thing, control. And they were just about to go crazy and go on tour and stuff like that. And then boom, they called him right back, and he jumped right back to WWE and picked up where he left off, and that kind of crumbled that CYN thing with EC3, and that kind of cost, because he was one of the big names that has signed with them. So, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with his back. The rumor was that a lot of the releases were because they were either just sitting around, not doing anything. In the case of Braun Strowman, he was too expensive just to have sitting around. So I mean, he has a massive contract to be like the old days where Uncle Vince said, "Well, I don't like this guy. We're just going to keep him sitting down. We'll pay him. I don't care. Just stay home." Yeah. But now, TKO doesn't work that way. Money is money. We need to have money coming in, not coming out. So in his case, it was because he wasn't doing much of anything, and he has a humongous contract. A lot of rumors with the NXT people were some were just lazy and not about the fundamentals, but the drive wasn't there.
See, but
and stuff like that. To some of the girls went on social media this weekend and started saying that was crap. Cora Jade was talking about she was body shamed by her own people that worked there and other talent. Gigi Dolan went in, after her, how she was working here and then running to the other show to do a live show, then running back to do this, and training 3-4 times a week, to the point that she was going out of the NXT, or the Performance Center, and getting her own trainer to work with, because they wasn't doing much with her, so she was always trying to stay in her peak zone.
All right, I think we can go down the list name by name, say where they want to go, right? But hear me out. This is I think where the problem is with a lot of people, and I'm not talking about Braun Strowman because he's been in the big leagues for way too long for me to say what I'm going to say. Yeah. But there's way too many independent wrestlers that they think because they might be a little known in their own local that their head starts to get gassed. So when they look how many people, when you seen they were coming in with COVID, where they were in AEW, and all of a sudden they started changing their rates for independents to pay them more because they might have been on AEW on Dark once or twice, and they were feeling themselves, right? Like, unless you're signed to a company, you're not part of that company. You're just a performance-enhancing athlete that's part of something, but you're not part of the company. You're just there to do a job. And I mean, it's no disrespect. Do what you do. But I can see some of them lazy. I'm not saying all of them.
Well, okay, so let's go. You want to go name by name?
Yeah, let's go down the list.
All right, so Braun Strowman.
TNA.
I say AEW, but also TNA or MLW as a one person, come in, join
Contra unit.
Yeah, Contra unit for one show, like the other guy did. But with those guys, since they were in the main roster, those are 90 days. So we won't see them till like what? Where in May, Friday was what? May 1st? 2nd was Friday, right?
Yeah.
So May, June, July, August. So we won't see them till September. So
no, less than that. So May, June, July.
Okay, so
kind of August. Yeah,
September.
3 months.
So September, something might happen with MLW, where they'll have like some kind of show, bring him in just for like one show, country unit. Oh, the new monster, or AEW, but TNA for sure as an enforcer to somebody, a bodyguard to somebody. So you never know. Shayna Baszler.
I don't think AEW will gamble on her. For some reason, I don't think so. I think TNA might, because they like that kind of bad, tough girl kind of thing, and I think they need one right now. I think she'd be great in MLW if they were like weekly, but they're not.
They're not.
So I would go TNA again. I think TNA would be a good spot. And TNA, from what I know, you told me the two girls that signed, they're trying to rebuild that roster.
Yeah, we'll talk about them afterwards.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk about them afterwards. Actually, I don't know, and I don't know if you want to say what you said before to me about something else.
No, we're going to wait. I got something for you. Yeah.
Dakota Kai.
AEW for sure.
People are saying that too. Dude, I think she'll fit perfectly. And I'm like you saying the same three letters. And I'm sorry. But right now, it's her. It's got to be TNA.
I like it. I like it. It sounds like a perfect marriage, but I think they'll throw a bag at her, in AEW that the offer might be too much to refuse.
Okay. The two girls, I'm going to put them together because there's always been together as a tag team. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Because I'm going to say
MLW.
I'm going to say the three letters TNA because of the tag team champions. They need a tag team because of the titles, and you can also have them separate. But out of independence, out of indie, if they don't sign with somebody big, I can see them going to Houston and Reality of Wrestling with Booker T. They will fit perfectly there because of the tag team. Yeah. Also, they have the females heavyweight title. They have the female tag team. They have the two brand new shows that they just started doing that they expanded.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to build, these two ladies will be perfect. They're both in early 20s. They've been together, wrestling together since NXT all the way to the main roster for 3-4 years or whatever. So their tandem, everything together is perfect. So they'll be perfect.
I like the Booker T idea.
Yeah, they could go anywhere. I mean, they'll be good. Cora Jade or Eliana Black.
I want to say MLW again.
Okay.
I think she'd be perfect for MLW.
Cora Jade?
Yeah. You telling me her versus Janai Kai wouldn't be lit?
Yeah, no, I was thinking of the next person I was going to mention.
Okay.
So with Cora Jade, Eliana Black, definitely not AEW. Actually, no. This whole list from NXT, nowhere in AEW, so you can take AEW out. But I could see her maybe hitting, maybe building herself up again in the indies. So, N.W.A, Reality of Wrestling, places like that. Now, this next girl, Gigi Dolan, which is Priscilla Kelly, she'll be perfect in MLW because before she signed with WWE and the COVID shit hit, MLW was trying to build their females up there, and she was right there, and she had a couple of matches, and they were going to sign her, and they were looking for her, and they were like, "This is good. She's going to get signed with MLW," and that's when WWE went and snatched a bunch of indie folk all at once, and MLW, missed out on that. And MLW, and I'll be honest, MLW has not been the same since COVID hit, and then they had to go and change everything. They haven't been the same since. So, Eddie Thorpe.
The one thing I can say is your girl Gigi Dolan. Can you imagine her with freaking the kid we keep calling Flair, Brett Ryan Gossett,
yes,
Brett Ryan.
Yeah, Brett. Yeah,
BRT.
Dude, perfect. Because I can see her like keeping that same gimmick with her the roses and stuff. Yep. Should be perfect. Oh my God, yes, should be perfect. She'd be like the perfect female manager for the Extreme Horsemen, and her win with BRG. That's a perfect thing. Perfect marriage.
Yep.
Eddie Thorpe. Carl Fredericks is his name in the Indies. I think he'll go back to the Indies, especially back to New Japan and Strong Japan, because that's what he was doing before he got signed with WWE. He was doing the strong style New Japan wrestling.
But this was the guy that you were really high on, right? Like you really liked him.
The Native American kid that beat Triple in those trap match. That's what I'm saying. You build this guy up. You had him in this big thing with Ava. Then you have him defeat Trick in the strap match, and then lose the rematch, only to have him just to release him like that. I don't know, man. I don't get it. So yeah, so I could see him going back to that. He was really huge at United Wrestling, so he was doing a lot of stuff with them too. So you never know if he goes back to indies and start building up again. Jakara Jackson, I don't know much about her in the indies, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a lot of these young guys or girls are NXT products that they brought in from the outside from college, and they brought them into WWE. So these are NXT projects. So I don't know if she will continue wrestling, and if she does, where does she go? That's my question. The Jakara Jackson. I know she was doing tag team in TNA with her Last Legend and Meta 4 before they broke up on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday she got released on Friday. I'm like, good Lord, man. And that's some shit. So I don't know. Riley Osborne, another kid from NXT. Yeah. I don't know. He's British, so who knows? He'll go back to the UK and wrestle there, like you said, ICW. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Well, I could see him. Maybe he kind of fit. Maybe like on an N.W.A. Like I think he'd be good on N.W.A.
Okay. Then the three guys, the two brothers, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, which was Gallus. Like you said, they're straight back to ICW.
Yeah, and all three were heavyweight champions in ICW, so it's nothing for them to go home. And Big Damo, he's back over there too. So
okay. So you think they'll wrestle in the States or just go straight back home?
Nah, they go home. Go home, get your thing back up, and
No, because I was thinking, as the name Gallus, NWA, maybe even TNA, makes you're
they're not young neither.
Well, no, but they're veterans, and they could definitely work. You got three guys there, a tag team, singles wrestlers. Triple threat matches, a triple thing or whatever. So you got three guys that can wrestle and do things, together or separate.
And not for nothing, I think you're right with NWA because the current NWA champion, Tom Latimer, he's cool with them. Those are his people.
Okay. So who knows? He gets his own faction and brings in Gallus in. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
The next three names, Oro Mensah, another kid from NXT, have no clue.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know. Javier Bernal, I think he's Colombian, and I think he was like the first Colombian ever in WWE. I have no idea either. So I don't know. And then Danny Palmer, another one, state champion in college. 3 years running NCAA champion for the tumbling and doing shit like that. Blew out her knee again, because this is like the second time she blew out her knee. So if she comes back, where does she go? If she wants to continue wrestling. So
let her stay on the indies.
But exactly, and somebody could pick them up and just build them up and say, they belong to us. They're in our farm system, because NXT let them go where they were trying to get their shit on. They could go somewhere else for a couple of years and they could become their farm system for this company or whatever.
Exactly.
So we'll continue in the signing and releases, but we're going to stay in WWE. And this just happened before, I want to say, when you and I started talking. And this just broke out, and is WWE, we know that they signed or they purchased AAA.
Yeah.
We heard, I don't know if you hear a lot of the podcasts on YouTube and stuff, but I follow Conan on there. And Conan, I mentioned that, and they asked him the question, and he mentioned that he's actually going to be working with WWE and AAA as the writer. And guess who the head writer is going to be? Their boss. Can you take a guess? You want to take a guess?
No idea.
Dude, you won't believe it.
I won't believe it?
You won't believe it. Just one of the old names from TNA. That left TNA a long time ago. Who?
Is he a Spanish person?
No, white guy. He left TNA a long time ago. He was huge in TNA. Left TNA a long time ago and was working WWE ever since. And then we always make fun we always make fun because he went from eating noodles to eating lobster because he
Lobster's fun?
No, because he got big. I said a long time ago.
Oh,
longer than that.
Long time ago.
Longer than that white dude. He used to be skinny in TNA, and then he lose real healthy and happy in WWE from eating all the lobsters.
Oh, don't tell me my boy JB.
Yes.
Oh, my boy JB.
Jeremy Borash. Yes, sir. Jeremy Borash is going to be the lead writer and in charge of that place with and Korn and everybody was working under him. So yeah, Jeremy Borash got a big come up there. But we know that WWE bought him. And then today, WWE started signing some of this plays, some of this talent through WWE deals, which means you're going to see them over here faster than when they do that Worlds Collide pay-per-view in June or July or whatever is going to happen. But they signed a couple, and the names are Hijo de Vikingo, big surprise. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner. Dr. Wagner is huge in Mexico, and he lost his mask years ago, but his son taking over. Niño Hamburguesa. I don't know if you've ever seen him. It's a fat dude, like real fat young kid. And he's huge. But he just won the sword. So now he's like the champion with the sword and the crown. So now he wants on with a humongous golden sword. And the sword means something. It's like the sword of something. So they could trade it in for a title match or something. Your boy, your favorite wrestler, Alberto El Patron, is signed back with WWE.
No, did they?
Yes, they signed him back. And then three girls. And the reason why I saved them for last is because these three girls, I'm going to tell you something right now, and you know who I'm talking about, because I sent you videos of them last night or the day before in the cowgirl outfits. I always seen body shaming in social media, especially WWE, especially against not Miss Jackson. Hey Miss Jackson. I would say hey Miss Jackson. What's it, Miss Jackson?
Faye Jackson?
No. From WWE and NXT. Oh, hey Miss Parker. And they would say that she got a big
Jada Parker or something.
She has a big asset. And a lot of guys don't like stuff like that, or they, she's fat or this or that. Well, folks, if you hate thick women, you're gonna hate the next three ladies that they signed. Las Tóxicas, meaning La Hiedra, Lady Flammer, and Lady Maravilla. Las Tóxicas, which are the three thick-ass women that when they walk, they are shaking the milkshake, because the milkshake is bringing all the boys to every yard in Mexico. And I swear to God, if they bring those girls and let them dress the same way they dress out there, they might get a censorship thing when they come out to the ring and when they wrestle, because they're gonna have some people upset. especially down in NXT.
If you like stick figures with breast implants and that's your thing, cool. I'd rather have a nice, thick, curvy shorty that's bad as fuck, and that's what these three women are like. They are thick in all the right places. I'm talking like bad, like hot damn.
Yeah, las tóxicas, which means the toxics, because they are toxic, my friends. And if you love thick, real women and not that BBL, BBM, or whatever you want to call it, this will be your women's for you, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to be shocked. And then one more guy, and you already know who this is, La Porca. You know they were going to jump on the skeleton guy quick. And he just had his first match on Saturday. And then Peter came out and told him that, you won, you ready, the mantle is yours, using the new La Porca going forward. And that mask is gonna go up on WWE shop pretty soon. And they're gonna be selling that mask off for all the kids. And when I tell you, you think Rey Mysterio and all these other guys were huge in Mexico, just wait till you see La Porca and the love that this guy gets in Mexico. This guy is like a folk hero in Mexico. So so those were the news there about the signings with WWE. And then we had the other signings, because it looks like everybody is just like, something, you signing this person, we're going to start signing some people too. Because it looked like TNA went out and started, letting us know who they have signed in the past. And they signed Myla Grace, who was wrestling in Marigold when Marigold started. And they said she's been signed since last year with TNA. What true it is, I have no idea how true that is, but they said that she's been signed since last year. And Hardy Hudson was also signed since last year, because I remember Hardy Hudson, they did one of those boot camp thing again down in when they went back to the UK, and she won, and they picked her. And we never saw her hurt anything since. But I guess both of the ladies just wrestled down in the tapings last week, because they did the live show episode on Thursday, and then the taping. So both of them are already here, and both of them are ready. And if they pick up anybody from WWE that was just let go in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be exciting to see. They also announced yesterday that Octagon Jr., they signed them. So I'm guessing they said, something, we need to jump on this Lucha Libre boat.
I'm doing a podcast.
We need to get into the Lucha Libre boat and sign Octagon Jr. before anybody else signs them. So at least we want to get into the Lucha Libre and have somebody with a mask here with when the other guy comes in. But they use them sometimes here and there. Oh my God,
I haven't watched TNA in a while.
Yeah, so but I know they're using two other. Actually, Octagon Jr. and the other guy who they signed before, they've been using them as tag teams here in TNA. So they're trying to get into that whole Lucha Libre, I guess. So, and then also once they let Gail Kim go, and that was one of the big shockers from TNA when they made the releases like a couple of weeks ago, and they released Gail Kim from the female women's knockouts division. They went and got Jazz,
which is incredible.
Which is incredible signing. I mean, you went from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer that has more experience and is still working and wrestling and doing things with the Dog Pound there in San Antonio, Texas, where her husband, and she writes and takes care of the females talent in N.W.A. So
See, but you know what gets me though?
what
Like
could happen in the future?
Gail Kim becomes free, right? Now I'm pretty sure Gail Kim's not trying to work a crazy schedule like a WWE schedule and travel. You know, she's getting older.
I don't think she even needs to work. I mean, she's happily financially, safe, and her husband's
Oh yeah, and listen,
chef. So
yeah, Robert Irvine is a TV like legendary guy. You know, like he's one of the biggest chefs in the world. But like, you're telling me that MLW, who's trying to figure out how to run their women's division, wouldn't go, hey, look, like we'd like to bring you in because, we're trying to figure this out.
You think, because like you said, you think we could sit here and think, we could sit here and throw all this shit out the window, like they should do this, they should do that, and we still can't figure out what half of the shit they're doing. And talking about MLW, that we're gonna segue to MLW because Chef just said it. Friday night they had their show in Mexico against CMLL.
Oh,
and they decided, said, something, CMLL, we just purchased AAA. We're dead in the water because we don't know what the hell we're doing, and Kurt Bauer doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So why don't you take all our titles and you can win them and have your wrestlers be champions? So basically, Costing Max, which is the one, the Snitch, and the other guy, Kojima, lost their tag team titles. Lost the tag team titles on Friday, and then Matthew Justice lost his open weight title to oh God, what's his name? I forgot his name. Anyways, so they lost 2 titles to Mexican wrestlers in CMLL, and the same guy who just beat Matthew Justice is going to have a title match against 2 other Mexicans on the show on Saturday that they're CMLW is having Saturday night.
Steve, hold on. So CMLL has 3 MLW titles because the Golden Goose has the other one.
No, remember he gave it away because he wants to go after the heavyweight title, and that's when Ikuro Kwon came and stole it. And
you're right.
He raised Duran the face. So now supposedly Ikuro Kwon, 9/10 of the law, he has the belt. So supposedly I think he's supposed to defend the title also on Saturday, but I can't remember if he's on the schedule or not. But yeah, so supposedly, Contra Union has a belt back. And the little girl who beat the Night Kai, she's also wrestling on Saturday. So but they didn't mention who she's defending the title against. So
no, it wasn't Janai Kai. She beat Delmi Exo.
I'm sorry, Delmi Exo. Yeah. So I don't know who she's going to be wrestling Saturday. But you got 2 titles out of 4 now belonging to CMLL. So that right there tells you that MLW has no direction. MLW is just a once a month show because I don't even see any tapings set up for Saturday before the show, because this is going to be in Chicago at 10 o'clock again on Saturday. So it looks like MLW went from weekly shows to a monthly show and then having a taping to now last month and this month now just having one show period. Because there's no tapings set up or anything. So
it's disgusting.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with MLW. Are they on the last leg or whatever? I don't know. But whatever's going on, it doesn't look good. Because right now it's basically CMLL taking over MLW from what it looks like. And we thought this was going to be a partnership that was going to be beneficial for both sides. And it looks like it's just CMLL just taking over MLW. And Kurt Bauer seems like he's fine with this. Because AAA
And that's after making mad money from that lawsuit.
$20 million. Just a year ago. And this is after WWE bought or TKO purchased AAA, which sold their soul, and now CMLL is the last one keeping the real tradition alive of lucha libre and how things are supposed to work. That looks like Kurt Bauer, MLW say, yo, you could take us, please, take us under your wing, give us something, throw us a bone here and there. We don't have anything left.
That's crazy.
So to better news, to make Chef happy, your boy Mark Henry, the strongest man in the world, we remember that he went and became the writer for all ACW, which is the All Caribbean Wrestling, and that's how he started. He was doing the writing, and then he became the head writer. Then he became the president. Then he was in AEW, was still doing stuff for ACW. Then his contract expired, and he went back to WWE on the TKO. Well, and then now he became the president of ACW. Well, just this week, ACW became the newest ID facility for WWE. So now they are the new ID facility for wrestlers in the Caribbean. So if any Caribbean wrestler out there lives out there, now is your dream and chance of becoming a WWE wrestler if you get ID'd. So the first match they're going to have on this, big night is going to be one guy who's already ID'd by the name of Gal Barkay, and he's going to go against one of our favorite guys, one half of the Crime Time, JTG. And now they added a new stipulation now that if a non-ID person defeats an ID person, they become an ID person in return.
Wow.
So this match
we also listen.
So this could be maybe the first time. Well, JTG's already been in WWE, so I doubt that he'll win and become an ID guy. He could just call and say, "Yeah, I want to drop back," and I'm pretty sure they get him back, drop back.
Oh yeah, don't put the guy over.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely So that's going to happen in June 28th. It's going to happen down in the Caribbean. I don't know where in the Caribbean is going to happen, the match. But yeah, that's already set up. So the ACW, All Caribbean Wrestling, is a new ID partnership with WWE, which still boggles my mind as to why Monster Factory or OVW are not ID partnerships with WWE. So, but hey, that's not here nor there.
Especially OVW. But yeah, because OVW was big with WWF. You know what I mean?
For a long time, yeah. They were their AAA basically.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what happened there? I don't know. But next up, and probably be the last news, unless Chet has something. 12-year anniversary birthday of the Bullet Club happened this past weekend. Yeah, the Bullet Club, where the War Dogs went up against the House of Torture, which is Evil, and Kid is the leader of the War Dogs. So basically, there's like 10 to 15 members on the Bullet Club. There's like 6, 7 members in the House of Torture, or 5, I think 5. And the War Dogs have 5, which is the inner things. They all got together, but Evil hates Gabe Kid for a long time. So he finally turned on Gabe Kid, and for a while they be battling each other, back and forth. Evil said, "You know something? Enough of this shit. We're gonna have a match. We're gonna call it it's gonna be called the Dog Pound match. It's gonna be inside a cage, inside another cage in New Japan. It's going to be 5 against 5. The War Dogs against House of Torture. Whoever wins stays in Bullet Club. Whoever loses is out of Bullet Club. Period. No more questions asked. Not like this. After a 23-minute battle and Gabe Kidd throwing somebody on the second rope, a pop driver to a table, the War Dogs won, and House of Torture are out of the Bullet Club, and House of Torture is gone. So now the War Dogs, whoever members are still left from the Bullet Club, are now the Bullet Club. And of course, after the match, after everybody had left, Evil, being evil as he is, he decided to hang Gabe Kidd by the neck. So now this looks like it's going to be a battle between a Doug Carter match coming up in the future between them two. But right now, the Bullet Club just hit 12 years. And that's got to be amazing because only other faction that I ever knew lasted that long, years on and off, was the Four Horsemen. Nothing in WWE lasts more than 6 months, if that. I mean, are there any factions that will last more than 6 months in WWE?
Was DX WWE or WWF?
I think both. WWF to WWE.
Okay.
So yeah, DX. Yeah. DX.
And I mean, what do you call the faction too? Demolition was a faction because they had Crush.
It was a tag team, and then when they went and started doing that 3-man stuff, with the Boricuas and everybody else, so that was kind of bullshit. But if you think of the Heenan family was out for a long time, but it was the Heenan family. So so I don't know. I don't know if you consider them.
Well, the bloodline has been going for a long time.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, that's a faction. Yeah, because there's more than 2 guys. Yeah. Because of what, 5 years? Now the bloodline.
It feels like it.
Yeah. But this guy's, nonstop. It's been 12 years.
Yeah.
Bullet Club. So and you could think about it. From Nashimura or Nikam. What was the guy's name? They said Nakamura, right? Nakamura being the first leader, and then he left, and then AJ Styles, I believe, was the second one when AJ Styles left TNA, or was there somebody else? No. It was
it Finn Balor?
Finn Balor was the second guy. Then the third guy was AJ. Then the fourth guy after AJ left was Kenny Omega.
Cody?
No, it was
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, because Cody was there with Kenny. Then when Kenny left, who took over the Bullet Club when Kenny left?
Was it Tama Tonga?
Yeah, I think for actually, I want to say good, but it was only like a temporary before somebody else took over. But I can't remember who it was, because then supposedly one of the guys, Steve Philly's son, took over. Yeah, Steve Philly's son is the new leader now of the Bullet Club. So they had like 6 different, leaders in those 12 years. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So So the Bullet Club, man, has lasted this long, 12 whole years. They had on the 12-year birthday bash. They had the dog pound match. In the case there,
and not for nothing, like when they come to the States, like when they have their little like meet and greets or whatever, it's full of nothing but Bullet Club fans.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
When they come to the States, which is rare because they haven't been here in a while. But when they go, because right now everything is down in in Cali, when they do the strong style, whatever. But when they were doing the touring and they have Bullet Club members, oh shit, forget about it. That was like lines and lines and lines to tomorrow of just Bullet Club people just waiting for those guys, and they're paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
To get pictures with this guy with the crews, or you have to pay individually, or if you wanted the whole crew, That was a big buck. So, and I remember that. That was years ago. So, I mean, I think I just ran over everything that I have wrote down, unless you have something else you want to share. I don't think I have anything else wrestling.
No, I think everything you said. I know the Bullet Club because I asked you and you said about it earlier, so I knew that was coming in.
Yeah.
Trying to think I think everything is new, like everything you talked about, except for the releases, because we talked about that the other day. But everything else is kind of new. So
yeah,
I mean,
we talked about the releases. We talked about people coming into TNA who we thought would go into which wrestling company. We talk about LOW and their show coming up on Saturday, which is going to be.
Hopefully, we go live.
Yeah, that we're going to go live Saturday night at 10 o'clock on YouTube, and it's going to be from Chicago. So it's going to be again that MLW Apocalypto shit again. So which is going to be basically again full of Mexican wrestlers, because that's how it was when they did the one last year.
Yeah.
So and it's already sold out. So that's going to be once again, it's going to look good on TV. And the last show that was live looked really good on TV.
Yep.
Hopefully they keep that one going with whoever was producing the last show and keep it going from there, because it was good. It was really good. I'm trying to look it up real quick. Apocalypto.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any match cards pop up. Like
they have. There is. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was telling you. Like who was gonna defend the titles? So give me just 1 second. I'm almost there.
Because I see the graphic, I see all the wrestlers, but I don't see.
So they basically have the three-way national title fight, which is gonna be Ultimo Guerrero, who's the one who beat Matthew Justice. He's going up against Sandokan Jr. and Barbaro Calvenario, which is the guy who looks like Flintstones. Because he always has
not even one freaking not one MLW guy.
Yeah. Los Desperados were the ones who defeated Maxi Kane, or whatever the hell they called, for the tag team titles. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to defend the title on Saturday or not. They got Donovan Dijak go up against Matt Riddle for the MLW title. I don't think anything happening there. I don't think Dijak wins that match. So also hoping that McGregor is going to lose the title. I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, you never know with Bishop in there. You never know. Maybe Baron Corbin gets involved.
Well,
yeah, Baron Corbin.
If he shows up, because I didn't see his name on there. So I know they have the girl Shoko Nakajima, which is the one who defeated our girl.
Tell me.
The title. She's going to be there. But they didn't mention who she's going to wrestle. So that one there, I don't know. Yeah. Who's going to... I think there's only like 2 matches that were actually like concrete signed. So yeah, but yeah. I mean, Azteca Lucha is the name of the show on May 10th at 10 p.m. on YouTube. Why again another 10 p.m. show? I have no idea.
Sure, I hate those.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be Saturday. Like Chef said, we are going to go live on that show. So you're going to see our pretty faces out there doing the show again. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else, Chef, my man?
Nah, I know. Listen, we're going to do something really cool after the music hits, but like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. Yo, mess with us on the live, man. We're going to be here. We'll have some fun. We're going to chop it up. We're going to make some laughs. Saturday, 10 p.m. Join us. And listen, we're at like 813, 814, man. hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit that 1K. So, and listen, I got a few interviews that are coming over here. I don't know when I'm dropping them, but we got some BKFC interviews. We got some Ice Sports interviews. We got a lot of interviews that we're throwing on here. When you wrestling people ever pick your fucking emails up and respond, we'll try to get back some wrestling interviews because a lot of these people don't know how to, open their damn freaking emails. So it is what it is. We always working. We always trying. It's the best shit we do. So listen, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. My brother, please hit that music so I can try to pick your brain on something real quick. Deuces.